never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Fine.
Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Today we're going to be talking some football here on the channel, but first I wanted to say a quick thank you to this week's sponsor, Arden's Burger and Grill, located in Central South Carolina. Make sure you tell Donnie and Angie that the fanboys sent you. Make sure you try the double-dipped wings or the world-famous macaroni and cheese chili dog. That's Arden's Burger and Grill, located in Central South Carolina in the Walmart parking lot beside Dollar Tree. Call ahead at 864-639-5368 or check them out online at ardensburgerandgrill.com. But today we're going to be talking some NFL playoffs. Before I get to that, though, in case you have not heard, there's a big rumor going around that apparently is going to be made official on Monday that current TCU offensive coordinator Garrett Riley, who is the younger brother of Lincoln Riley, is leaving TCU to go to Clemson to become the new Clemson offensive coordinator. Last year's offensive coordinator Brandon Streeter was fired, and all year long everybody's biggest complaint was Brandon Streeter. So I guess Dabo agrees with most of the people because Dabo doesn't make a change unless Dabo feels like it's needed. So if Garrett Riley brings the TCU offense to Clemson, it should be really fun to watch next year. But Brandon Streeter was fired yesterday, and the rumor going around is that Garrett Riley is going to take his place, but it's not officially official as of yet. And tomorrow night, I hope to see a lot of you at the SWA Arena, 244 Livestock Road, Easton Nolly, Georgia. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Bell time will be 7 o'clock. Tickets are only $5. You can't beat that. And my podcasting friend from the Straight Up Wrestling Show, Harry Bernard Taylor, will be in the house. So come on out and see him as well. Plus, we have Garrett Sinclair, who wrestles all over the Carolinas, making his SWA debut tomorrow night. So come on out tomorrow night to 244 Livestock Road, Easton Nolly, Georgia. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Bell time is 7 o'clock. And tickets are only $5 for some SWA wrestling. You cannot beat $5. So hopefully I will see a lot of you tomorrow night. But the NFL playoffs start this weekend. And what they've done is they've spread the games out so that hopefully there won't be a time when there'll be more than one game on at one time, so that you ain't got to flip back and forth or miss some of any of the games. So we have 2 games tomorrow, 3 games Sunday, and 1 game on Monday. And in yesterday's video, I said tomorrow we're going to talk about some of the playoff games because I'm not going to talk about the Dolphins and the Bills because quite frankly, I don't think there's anything to talk about. The Dolphins have said Tua's not going to play, and last week in the season finale, the Dolphins only managed to get 3 field goals on offense. That's about what I expect in their game on Sunday, and if that's how it goes, it's not going to be much of a game, so I don't think that game is worth talking about. But tomorrow, we have the Seahawks and the 49ers. Now, of course, both these teams play in the NFC West. They've already played twice this year, but San Francisco has played better and better as the year has progressed, and Seattle has gotten worse. But hopefully, since this is the first playoff game of the weekend, it will be a good game, but I do expect the 49ers to win the game. And then tomorrow night, we have the surprise team that finished the season with, I believe, 6 wins in a row. The Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Chargers, and I believe that's actually going to be the best game of the weekend. So if you live too far away to come to SWA tomorrow night, sit back on the couch, get you a big old jug of sweet tea, and watch the Chargers and the Jaguars. Justin Herbert versus Trevor Lawrence should be a really good game. And then on Sunday, we have 3 games, 1 in each time slot. So hopefully, for the NFL's sake, each game will finish before the next game starts. The early game Sunday is the aforementioned Dolphins and Bills. And then we have the Giants and the Vikings. Now, you look on paper, and Minnesota looks like they're just worlds better than the Giants. But Minnesota had to play a one-possession game in almost every single game this year. So that Giants-Vikings game on Sunday may be another one-possession game. And then we have the Ravens and the Bengals in the Sunday night game. And Lamar Jackson, as of Wednesday, was still not practicing. If he doesn't play, the Ravens have no chance. Even if he does play, I still think the Ravens have no chance. I just think the Bengals are the better team. And then Monday night, we have the Cowboys and the Bucks. Now, we know the Cowboys make the playoffs every year and lose in the first round, but Tampa Bay was not any good this year. They only made the playoffs because their division is awful, but somebody has to win it. So I do expect Dallas to get the win on Monday night. But the way Dallas plays in the playoffs, it wouldn't surprise me at all if the Bucks won the game. But Dallas is the better team. And then we also have a few head coach openings. We know during the regular season, the Panthers fired Matt Rule. He was 11-27 as their head coach. Now, Wilkes took over as the interim coach, and he is wanting to be the permanent head coach. And also during the season, the Colts fired Frank Reich, who was 41-35-1 as the Colts head coach. And also during the regular season, the Broncos fired Nathaniel Hackett. He was 4-11 in his first season as their coach. Now, rumor came out yesterday that Jim Harbaugh has interviewed for that job, but I have not heard anything other than he interviewed for the job. And then after the season ended, the Cardinals fired Cliff Kingsbury, who was 28-37-1 as their coach. And the Texans, after one season, fired Lovie Smith, who was 3-13-1. So we have 6 head coach openings in the NFL. And honestly, really, truly, that's a lot less than what it usually is. Usually, they call it Black Monday because when the season ends, you see 7, 8, 9 coaches get fired. There was actually only 2 coaches that got fired after the season, and that was Cliff Kingsbury and Lovie Smith. The rest of them got fired in the regular season. So unless we get a shock to come down the pipe later on, whether it's a coach getting fired or a coach resigning or leaving, there's not near as many openings as there normally is in the NFL in the off season, because most of the time the teams that don't make the playoffs, as soon as the regular season ends, they fire their coach. Any thoughts on any of this? Please feel free to let me know. And before we get off here and get our dad joke of the day in here, don't forget about our nonprofit organization, Building Homes, Rebuilding Lives, Homes for the Troops. Check them out online at hfotusa.org. And also a big shout out to our other sponsor, Ride and Shine Detail of the Upstate. Now we'll go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl going to the bathroom? Because the P is silent. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.